Although more than 60 years separates the poetry of Ralph Waldo Emerson and Wilbert Snow, their works unite to express an affinity for the earth and contempt for those who upset the natural order. In Blight, Emerson urges the modern scientist to return to unquantifiable primordial understandings. In The Denuded Island, Snow personifies an island anguished and bereft after man has clear-cut all of its foliage. I present to you two poems, timely and timeless, that urge us to cherish our natural world. Blight. Give me truths, for I am weary of the surfaces and die of inanition. If I knew only the herbs and simples of the wood, rue, cinquefoil, gill, vervain, and pimpernel, blue vetch and trillium, hawkweed, sassafras, milkweeds and murky brakes, quaint pipes and sundew, and rare and virtuous roots which in these woods draw untold juices from the common earth. Untold, unknown, and I could surely spell their fragrance and their chemistry applied by sweet affinities to human flesh, driving the foe and stablishing the friend. Oh, that were much, and I could be a part of the round day, related to the sun and planted world and full executor of their imperfect functions. But these young scholars who invade our hills, bold as the engineer who fells the wood and traveling often in the cut he makes, love not the flower they pluck, and know it not, and all their botany is Latin names. The old men studied magic in the flower, and human fortunes in astronomy, and an omnipotence in chemistry, preferring things to names, for these were men, were Unitarians of the united world, and wheresoever their clear eye-beams fell, they caught the footsteps of the same. Our eyes are armed, but we are strangers to the stars, and strangers to the mystic beast and bird, and strangers to the plant and to the mine. The injured elements say, not in us. And night and day, ocean and continent, fire, plant, and mineral say, not in us, and haughtily return us stare for stare, for we invade them impiously for gain. We devastate them unreligiously and coldly ask their pottage, not their love. Therefore, they shove us from them. Yield to us only what our griping toil is due. But the sweet affluence of love and song, the rich results of the divine consents of man and earth, of world beloved and lover, the nectar and ambrosia are withheld. And in the midst of spoils and slaves, we thieves and pirates of the universe, shut out daily to a more thin and outward rind, turn pale and starve. Therefore, to our sick eyes the stunted trees look sick, the summer short, clouds shade the sun which will not tan our hay, and nothing thrives to reach its natural turn, and life, shorn of its venerable length, even at its greatest space, is a defeat, and dies in anger that it was a dupe, and in its highest noon in wantonness is early frugal like a beggar's child, with most unhandsome calculation taught, even in the hot pursuit of the best aims and prizes of ambition, checks its hand, like alpine cataracts frozen as they leaped, chilled with a miserly comparison of the toy's purchase with the length of life. The Denuded Island. Why have you taken away my children, and left me deserted with only the water beneath, shuddering, bitterly chill? Alas, must I silently stand, cold and gray and bare, a rock in a bleak, cold ocean, awaiting the endless erosion of the myriad long-lagging centuries? I, who was once as fresh as the spruce trees growing in clumps down to the water's edge, spruces that kept the wind from blowing the puffs off my back, luring the birds to my dwelling in the first warm inkling of spring. The glossy blue-black crows cawing out of the branches, the chickadees scattering music as if the limbs of the trees were strings in a finely tuned orchestra, and they the official musicians. The fish hawks, whom nobody ventured to shoot at, lest bad luck attend him, circling around with low tide, diving into the eelgrass, bringing out mussels and clams, dropping them down on the rocks for their young ones, hungrily crying in branches of fir and dead spruces. Even the fish hawks are gone, and I am left gray and alone. Gray as the aged gulls that cry as they circle around me. Gray as the voice of the loon, the saddest note of the shoreline. O choppers and builders of weirs, importunate seekers of pulpwood, why could you not have spared my younger willowy children, from whom I could have reared a forest like that you have stolen? A forest of evergreen spruces and birches as crisply white as a young girl's soft round shoulders. Suddenly opening groves like naves of Gothic cathedrals for sailors to look at and brood on. For fisher boys rowing their sweethearts toward Sunday embraces at twilight in nooks of green trees and gray ledges. Oh, how could you strip me of tree light and leave me a rock in the ocean with never a spruce or an alder to soften my rest through the ages?